Hello and welcome to another update video about Natgas. Yeah, Natgas continues to push higher. We are still in the same situation. We are still in this same boring ascending price channel. I call it a diagonal pattern. So in Elliott wave language, we call it diagonal. It could be that this whole thing will just stay in this price channel for a while. And all these waves here, which would still be to do, they will all just be completed within the price channel. We'll see. I mean, essentially the minimum requirements for this correction are already fulfilled, so I'm counting that as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. And in this C wave we have an ending diagonal, and ideally it still extends a bit higher in the C wave. Wave 1 is complete, wave 2 is complete. It should be a 5-wave move. Looks like we are currently in a third wave, then a fourth and a fifth. But again, minimum expectations are actually fulfilled from a Fibonacci extension point of view. Here, this high completed the minimum expectations. And also we have actually enough waves. I can also count that as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just not ideal. Okay, so I'm still primarily looking at higher as long as the price is moving in this price channel. I explained to you before that as soon as the price breaks to the downside of the price channel, due to the fact that the minimum requirements for this wave 4 correction have been completed, we might then look at a more direct pathway to the downside. At present, another low is still expected on this chart, either more directly or, and that is currently the primary scenario, or after this C wave is going to be completed a little higher. Yeah, so I mean, at least I'd like to see $3.15. We'll see if we get there. But at the moment in the short term, it's looking good. Last setup and trend reversal area we had here on the chart worked out nicely, which was down here. Now the price did react here to the 78.6 retracement, and it could be that we're now in this small third wave. It's a third wave of a third wave, so that typically means we have quite a bit of movement, and it shows quite a bit of movement. Now, with everything that we're tracking, all these movements here within this price channel, you need to understand that whatever's happening here is very fragile, because we're not dealing with an impulse. We're dealing with a massive diagonal, choppy price action, corrective price action. But the good news is what we are doing here is actually a C wave. Yeah, and within the C wave, we seem to be dealing with an impulse. So that's what we're tracking, and therefore the price action seems to be more or less a little more aggressive than it has been in the recent weeks and months. So we had that gap to the upside, and also we seem to see here some nice green candles. And also it seems as if the price is sort of holding above the previous swing highs. We talked about that in previous videos, that here we had several swing highs, yeah, that provided, basically previous resistance and now support. I mean, it's not only one price level, but we are currently above all of these swing highs, which is good and could rather indicate that we are on the right track here. But the microstructure is very fragile, as you can see here. Yeah? It's very, very fragile, so it can easily break down. You have to expect a lot of headwinds. I mean, just look at this, okay? So we do our best to track it and indicate when we have some more or less reliable trend reversal areas. We indicated. In the last video, we said trend continuation higher can be expected as long as the $2.77 level is holding. That support level is still valid. Yeah, I don't need to take it down or have to move it up or whatever, because the price hasn't made a new price extreme. One more high would be ideal in this third wave. Yeah, one more high would be ideal. Why? Because we have a wave 1, we have a wave 2, then we have here a third wave, and it looks like in the third wave down here we have maybe a tiny 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more high in wave 5, but we've already run out of wave degrees. So, and also looking at the Fibonacci extensions, it would be ideal to get to around about $3.08, $3.09, or at least $3. Well, okay, we already reached that here on the 29th of September. So ideally the next fib level at $3.09 is the target. However, be aware that the $3 level is massive resistance. The price hasn't been able to move above it early in March, and then hasn't been able to move above it in August. But as soon as that happens, then I think we can move quite quickly to $3.15. That's the next fib retracement area. or Fibonacci resistance, you could say. And then here the upper boundary line of the trend channel is going to be tested. And that will increase the probabilities again to maybe come down and test again the lower boundary line, as it has happened here before. But yeah, I think there is quite a bit of upside pressure above $2.77. It's quite simple. Above $2.77, I'm looking at higher. Below that level, I'm looking at a potential test of the lower boundary line of the trend channel. You could even say that we should only focus on higher against the last swing low. I mean, see, you can always trade this on the long side with a stop below the last low. But in my opinion, the better entry point was down here in our trend reversal area, because now we're just below the $3 resistance level. Yeah, that's my update about Natgas. Not too much more to add. I hope you like the update. We now also started our stocks and shares and S&P 500 service. So we had a lot of requests. So I'm just highlighting that at the end of the video so people know about it. You find the link in the video description. Takes you to Patreon. We're analyzing 20 stocks. You can find the links on Patreon if you follow that link. And we also analyze the S&P 500. The S&P is analyzed on a daily basis, and the stocks are analyzed on a weekly basis. Or if anything, significant happens, obviously we will add to that. But otherwise, it's not manageable. But I think it's a really good service. There are also daily video updates. So feel free to check it out if you're interested. If not, that's fine as well. But it would be great if you can still leave a like, subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.